So let's go meet our new intern. Each one of us has a new intern that's joining our team. They're really smart. They've gone through a rigorous application process to join your company, but they're also inexperienced. They're an early career hire after all. They've never worked at your company and they've never set foot on a construction site. So for us, it's very helpful to spend a little bit of time understanding their strengths, their weaknesses, and their communication style. That way we know what kind of tasks and how to work with them, as well as what not to give them or when they just aren't quite right for the job. So let's start with their strengths. Our new intern is really smart. They've memorized everything on the internet and can recall it instantly if prompted or asked. They're also really patient and considerate. You can ask them to complete boring tasks or do the same task 100 times, and they're still excited and helpful. Thirdly, they're logical. They approach problems unemotionally and step by step, but that doesn't mean they aren't biased, which we will get into in a moment. On the other side, they have some pretty glaring weaknesses that we need to be aware of. Firstly, they are confidently wrong. So if they don't know an answer, instead of admitting it, they'll just guess and make something up. So you need to be mindful of that and review their output. They also have biases. Just like people have biases or tendencies, so too does each AI model. The more time you spend with a different AI intern, from ChatGPT to Copilot, the more you'll notice each one has its own nuances. They also need your brain. They've never been in the field or lived a day in your life. The more context you provide to them to understand the problem and the task, the more likely you'll get a relevant and useful answer. Finally, if the output is bad, it's probably because they don't understand the task. Give them feedback or rephrase your question. And something really important to remember is you can't hurt your AI intern's feelings. Usually, if I get a poor result from an intern I'm working with, I might just take the report that I gave to them, fix it myself, and just move on, because it's easier than having that uncomfortable conversation, or I can do it faster. But here, AI, they're not going to get upset. You can be upfront. You can say exactly where and how they need to improve with no feelings involved. Understanding these strengths and weaknesses helps us to know where and when to use our AI, as well as understanding when to teach them, guide them, or provide more feedback to our intern to get better results. Because as a new intern, they're eager, they're excited, but we need to show them the ropes. As a final point, we need to talk about responsibility. Just say you have a real intern, but they produce poor quality work that you deliver to the end client. Who's at fault? The intern or the person responsible for managing, reviewing, and supporting them? You can't blame AI for a poor result. You need to judge it, review it, and work with your intern to get to the best outcome. And that's what we're going to teach you over these next videos.